Welcome to Pouse Around the House. Now if you've got a tap like this that drips when it's turned off, then I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to fix it. So if you have a tap like this with individual levers, one for hot and one for cold, you'll have a cartridge for the hot and a cartridge for the cold. So we need to find out which one of those is the problem. If you've got one single mixer lever, then that will have one cartridge and that will be the problem, so that will need replacing. In this situation, we're going to get underneath now, find the isolation valves, and by isolating each valve, we can find out which one stops the leaking and therefore which one is causing the problem and needs replacing. So if you come underneath the basin, you can see on this one, we've got one isolation valve there and one over there. This is for the hot and the other one's for the cold. So first of all, I'm going to isolate the hot and see if that stops the dripping. So now you need to take a flat bladed screwdriver like this, place it into the isolation valve by there, and just turn 90 degrees either clockwise or anti-clockwise, and that will isolate the valve. So now if we come back on top of the basin, you can see that the tap is actually still leaking. So it's not that valve, so I'm going to turn that one back on. To do that, I place the screwdriver back in and just turn it 90 degrees to allow the water to flow again. So now we're going to go around the other side, and that there is the isolation valve for the cold tap. We're going to do the same again to the cold valve and turn it 90 degrees and close off the valve. This time, when we come back on top, you can see the dripping has stopped. So we now know that it is the cold lever we need to fix, so it is the cartridge inside there that is the problem. Now before we start any of this, I would highly recommend closing your plug, because it means if you drop any screws or washers down here, it's not going to disappear down the sinkhole. Now there are various ways to do this. Now on some taps, you will probably need to lever up this cap here using a small screwdriver. Now as I found out the hard way earlier, this was a bit tight, so I levered it off, it came away, and at a first glance, it looked okay. As you can see, there's a slot there for a screwdriver, so I can undo this no problem at all. However, I realised that actually that was glued into there and I cracked the plastic. So I'll now show you the proper way to do it on this particular tap. And the correct way, even if it's tight, would have been to hold that, and once you get that loose, this actually screws off. So whatever tap you've got, just be mindful of the fact that it may well screw off and not prise off. And as you can see, that screw is meant to be set into that plastic cap. So I'm gonna have to super glue this one and fix it back later. But this is the problem you sometimes get with plumbing and different branded taps. They're all completely different. So you've just got to kind of work it out, unfortunately. On this one, I'm now gonna have to unscrew this. Now that would have been the whole cap that would have come out with that screw. Now the next thing to do is take this off, which just slides away. Now you'll notice there that a little washer fell out. Now again, these are the things you've got to be careful when you take your tap apart, is that that washer actually belongs down inside there. So when we put it back together, we need to get that washer down there before we put it all back on. Now just to show you that this does actually separate as well. So what I'm going to do is just place all these up here in order and the right way round, so that I don't lose anything. And then we know exactly what order we've got to put it all back together. And I would recommend doing this or taking a photo of it or film it like I am as you take it apart, and then you won't forget later. Now this bit of plastic there is specific to your particular tap, and the chances are when you buy a new cartridge it won't come with this. This will need a slot over the top, I'll show you that now, and you can see that fits into that groove there. So again, we can take this off for now, and I will show you that. So I'll place that by there. Now this piece in here is your cartridge, and that goes inside the tap fitting. Now to undo this, we're going to need something like this, which is an adjustable spanner. You can place that on these flat edges here. We're going to rotate anti-clockwise to loosen it and gently bring it out. Now it might be a bit tight because you'll have years of build up a lime scale in there. But if we just do it gently, make sure that your spanner is nice and tight, because brass is very soft and there is a chance you could round it off. But before we do this, I'm just going to isolate the hot isolation valve below as well as the cold, as sometimes the water may come up and out of this while you're doing it. So if we just come back underneath the sink, I'm now going to isolate the hot water valve again by rotating 90 degrees, or otherwise there's a chance that the hot water will come up and flow out of this when we undo it. I'm now going to take my spanner. I'm going to tighten that up on there. And you've got to be a bit careful here because you may scratch the chrome on your tap. So you want to try and keep this away the best you can. Now I'm going to hold on to the main bulk of the tap here, because as you rotate this, there's a good chance it will try and move the whole tap around in the basin. as it's doing there. Okay, so there we go, I got it that time. So you can see now that has come loose. So I can now just about rotate that by hand. Right, and that's just the excess water that was inside there. So we'll just pump that out, and because those valves are isolated, nothing is now coming through. So that's the cartridge, and we need to replace this whole thing. Now, if you go online, eBay, Amazon, something like that, you can find parts like this. They're aftermarket parts, but as long as we measure this up, you can usually find something there that will fit the bill. Now, I've done this and I've managed to get some parts from Amazon, and I'll put a link to those parts in the description section below. And I've also put on the screen here a picture of the part I bought, and it shows you how it will give you like the separate dimensions from there to there, the overall length, the length of the little nut by there, and so on. And the only way you can truly do this is by getting yourself a measuring tape or a little ruler, and you measure each individual section like that. You cross-reference it with the parts you see online, and you order it and you hope for the best. Obviously, once you've measured up the cartridge that you need and you've ordered it, you need to put the old one back in for now until the new one arrives. But once it does arrive, we then need to take it all apart in the same way, and then we can crack on with the next bit of the fix. So these are the valves I ordered on Amazon. I'll put a link to these in the description section below. Now, if you have a quick look, there's the packet code just for reference. But as I said, with taps, it's likely that your part is going to be completely different to mine. You just have to measure it up and sort of work it out and hope for the best. Now, one other thing to bear in mind is some of these valves come as individual valves and some come as a pair. Now, I would always recommend getting a pair if you can, because on these particular taps, they quarter lever turn, so they turn 90 degrees in one direction or the other. Now, in this situation, the hot turns clockwise and the cold turns anti-clockwise. And I'll show you what I mean here. If you open that, it stops there, and if you close it back up, it stops there. Now on this side, it does the opposite. Now just to show you what I mean, this is the blue or the cold, and when I rotate that clockwise, it closes the valve. Now this one is the red or hot, and when I rotate this one clockwise, it opens the valve. So you can see they both go in different directions. The other advantage of having two is that if this one is just need repairing, there's a good chance that the other one will soon, and you'll have a spare part ready and available. So back to fixing the tap. This one is the cold, so we're going to take the blue cold one. Before I start as well, I'm just going to remove this screw out of the top, which came with it, because we're going to be putting our own screw back in it later. So we place that in there. And that seems to be fitting so far. It's quite difficult sometimes because the round neck of this tap is getting in the way of my spanner, but like I said, that's just plumbing for you. It's never straightforward. Right, now that there, I've turned and that's stopped. Now, when you get this with these fittings, is what you want to do is just give it one more nip up, like that. There we go. Just a couple of tiny little gentle turns. Don't overdo it, because if you over tighten it, there's a chance you'll strip the thread or you'll just break that washer inside there. So that should be enough. And the next thing we need to do is place this plastic bit over these little teeth or splines on there. Now, when you do this, you might find that the tap is out of line. So it's a little bit of trial and error, to be honest with you. This is where I start to worry that this isn't going to fit on my new cartridge. Maybe we'll make it fit. Right, so with this, I'm going to be honest, there's a little bit of jiggery pokery. This is not fitting perfectly over those splines. So what I've done is given a gentle tap like that without damaging it too much. And if I look at this particular one, when I place that over there, you can see that we've got a small gap there at the bottom. Now, if I look at the other side, it's a lot smaller. So what I'm going to do is tap that into place as much as I can until I get the gap the same on the other side. Because you can see when you compare the old with the new, they are slightly different. So I'm hoping by tapping this on as far as I need it to, I can hopefully get it in the right place. So it's obviously not the perfect fit, but I think we can probably do something here. So I'm going to give that a little tap now. Because it's plastic, it should just mold over the top and we should be good to go. We've got to be careful here. I'm just going to gently use a hammer. There we go. That felt like it did something then. And also, before you do this, remember what I said earlier about lining this up. Because what happens is, when you turn this around, it will fit over that plastic. See there? That's diagonal. And then as you turn it, it will then fit over it there. And what you want to do is have it either in the fully closed position or the fully open position. And when you place that over the top, you want to make sure that your lever here is perfectly aligned with this one there, when closed and then opened. So you can see there, I've obviously got that on wrong at the moment. If I turn it around this way, there we go. So that is aligned. But if you get it slightly out, sometimes you can end up having it diagonally there. Now, whilst that won't affect the function of the tap, it will affect how it looks when it's opened or closed. And you obviously want them both looking exactly the same. Now, I just line mine up before I tap with a hammer. I'll give it one last tap like that. And I'm going to go on here and make sure I haven't loosened that at all now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So when I place that now over the top, you can see that we got an even gap there to there, because just now it was sat up there and you could see the brass. And again, it's not going to make a huge difference, but you obviously want it to sit right the way over there, so it's not going to be rounding off, and you want it to look the same. So when that rotates now, that's absolutely perfect. Obviously, we're going to put the little washer in there as well, which will lift that up about 1 more millimeter. So the gap will be exactly the same. So I'm happy with that. Make sure that this valve, see, like I said, is in the closed position. Now I'll show you a little trick here. If you get your washer, I've just licked my finger, just put a bit of water on there. And sometimes the friction of the water will hold that washer in place there. Then if we get this and we're careful, there we go, straight over the top. That's my little tip of the day. And this is where we've got to hope that the original screw will fit into the thread on the new valve or cartridge. Now as it happens, I know it does because I tried it earlier, so I'm just teasing you there. There we go. Now I've got to do this one up just really gently with a screwdriver like that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I cracked mine, so I'm going to super glue that back on later. Now obviously, if you had done it properly, which I should have done, on this particular tap, that is how it would have looked, and you would have just screwed this in by hand with your red indicator plastic ring there. So you just would have done this, which is obviously a lot easier with no gluing to do. So now we're going to open the valves, and it is the moment of truth. Has this worked? So this is the hot. I'll release that, 90 degrees. And this is the cold, which was the problem one. Let's release that 90 degrees. And look, it is not dripping. Fantastic. Now the real test. Only do this gently because the water's got to come back through. You'll have a bit of air. You'll get a bit of spitting if you're not careful. As you can hear there. Right, I'm also going to release my plug. So there we go. Now if I turn that off, will it stop dripping? So there we go, all working, no drips, we're back to normal. Now if you've got a different or better way of doing this, could you please let us all know in the comment section below, as it'll really help me out, and it'll help everyone else out that's watching this video. Also, if you have found this video useful, could you please give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, could you please subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications, as it'll really help the channel out. I've been Pouse around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.